Hello everyone, welcome to my owner project presentation. Today I will be comparing two influential photographers, Vivian Maier and Diane Arbus. Although they have very different approaches, their works provide deep insights into humanity and sociality. My topic focuses on how Vivian Maier and Diane Arbus use photography to explore the competitive human experience. I will describe their background, key themes, and style while comparing their most significant work. By the end, I hope show how their constructing math enrich modern photography. Vivian Maier was born on February 1, 1926 in New York City to a French mother and an Australian father. She spent part of her childhood in France before returning to the United States. Her multicultural upbringing likely influenced her ability to observe and capture diverse perspectives in her photograph. Maier works as a nanny for most of her life, a job that gave her access to Urban Street and the freedom to document life as she saw it. She carried her camera everywhere, capturing over 100,000 images of street life and candid moments. Despite her immense talent, she remained deeply private and never expected her work during her lifetime. It wasn't until her photographs were discovered in a storage unit after her death in 2009 that her genius was recognized globally. I think her background was a nanny, and her reserved personality reflect her ability to blend into her surroundings and capture life unnoticed. Her photograph feels personal and unfluffy, as though she saw herself as an invisible observer of the world. And Diana Arbus was born on March 14, 1923, into a wealthy Jewish family in New York City. Her parents owned a successful department store on Fifth Avenue, and she grew up in a world of privilege. However, Arbus often left detached of her family and their affluence, which she described as insulting. This sense of deeply influenced her later work, which focused on people living on the margins of society. As a teenager, she met her future husband, Alan Arbus, who introduced her to photography. They started a successful fashion photography business together, but Diana became disillusioned with the artificiality of the fashion world. In the later 1950s, she switched her focus to the documentary style photograph, capturing subjects like nudists and curious performer. Arbus' work aimed to reveal the humanity in individual society, often overlooked or rejected. That I find fascinating about Arbus' story is how she used her photograph to connect with the world that left more take to her. Her upbringing in words made her question societal issues and her sought out the conventional to better understand identity and human nature. And let's see those two photographs by Vivian Maier. The first one is the city of Chicago, an urban dimension sense that reflect the trances of human creation and the ever-changing city style. And another photograph is about a crying child. I think this highlighting Maier's talent of freezing emotion, fleeting moments in everyday life. I think Maier's work is all about finding beauty in everyday life. She focused on original people and daily moments in cities like Chicago and New York. Her photography often highlights subtle motion like a fleeting experience or a quiet interaction that most people might overlook. Her themes celebrate urban life's resilience and the unnoticed detail that make it unique. And Diane Arbus, on the other hand, explored society fragments and focused on individuals who challenged conventional issues. She photographed people like translates bringing their stories into the public eye. Her themes reveal around identity and the tension between normal and difference. For example, in her iconic identical twins, the balance between sameness and individuality is almost unsettling. Her work pushed viewers to confront their bias and rethink what is considered normal. And another picture I think is a tender yet unconventional portrait of love, challenging society notice of beauty and relationship. Well, I think Maier celebrates the approach of everyday life, but Arbus focus on the unusual things. I think Maier's work let me feel warm and observational, while Arbus let me feel intense. But their different themes show us two sides of humanity. And let's talk about the photographic styles. I think Vivian Maier's photography is subtle and observational. She used natural light and medium-format camera, often framing her subject with symmetry. Her self-portraits are particularly unique, blinding herself into reflection and surrounding to create a quiet sense of presence. Her use of white color in later work, like her photo of the demolition site in Chicago, and depth and emotional of otherwise Mandarin sense. Her style let us feel intimate and personal, as if she quietly inviting us to see the world through her eyes. And let's talk about the Diana Arbus. I think her had a much blinder style. She used square form camera and often relied on flash, even in daylight, to emphasize her subject details. Her compositions are direct and conformation, drawing a viewer's attention straightly to the subject. For example, her photo of the blind female impersonator in a mirror highlights the attitude of identity through focus and dramatic lighting. I think her style challenges the viewers and engage with her subject on a deeper level. So in my opinion, between those two different styles, I think Maier's let me feel peaceful and observational, while Arbus is blunt and direct. And about the cultural impact, I think Vivian Maier's photos are like a time capsule. They show what life was like in mid 20th century cities and bring out hidden story in everyday people. and Diana Arbus, on the other hand, broke the rules. She gave a voice to people society often ignored and made us rethink what's normal. Her work changed how we see documentary photography and diversity. To sum up, Vivian Maier focused on the beauty of everyday life, while Diana Arbus looked at people and topics that challenged the room. Together, their work shows how photography can tell powerful story and make our rethink. They inspired us to see the world differently and appreciate both the simple and the unusual. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed learning about those two incredible photographers. Feel free to share your think and ask me any question. Bye bye.